It's 102.9 The Hog, Borna, Mitch, and Mandy, and it's really cool to be talking about an event happening with our friends at the Pabst Theater Group at Turner Hall coming up on October 17th. It's a Saturday. Zelo Pro Wrestling returns to Turner Hall Ballroom. We've got our good friend Matt Bacaling, promoter of the show, joining us on this program. Matt, good to talk to you, man. Good to hear your voice.
Oh, it's so fantastic to be here. I appreciate you guys having me, and I am so beyond stoked to be returning to Milwaukee.
Yeah, we used to do some good. Mandy wasn't on the show when we did this, but Monster Jam judging with you as you ran Monster Jam that would come to town,
indeed.
the Bradley Center then, Pfizer Forum, of course. So that was always a lot of fun, holding up those big cards and being part of the show.
Absolutely, and Monster Jam and pro wrestling tend to go hand in hand
these
days, which is a lot of excitement.
I don't know if you probably don't know this, but my friend Mitch here, our co-host here, Mitch, you have wrestling experience. Do you want to pitch to Matt, like to be part of the show? How to get into it?
Yep.
Because you have done some stuff in the ring.
Well, in the 90s, I got cracked ribs from pool stick. A wrestler hit me in the back with a pool stick, for real, injured and cracked ribs. Took a ride in a Bell ambulance in town here, and when I got to the emergency room, they asked me what I wanted to do, and I had an appearance in Saukville that night. And so I said, well, give me a shot and fix my ribs. Well, that's not how it works. It's going to take
Well,
a few
Mick,
weeks.
if you want to relive that trauma, we can certainly help you make that happen.
I say yes. I vote yes.
Well, I want some type of activity that night. I don't know exactly what yet. But yeah, and then a couple other times I wrestled midgets a couple times. I got hit on the head with something and got a little bit of a cut. But I'm a gamer. I'll do whatever it takes.
Wasn't the guy too tall who threw you across the ring?
Yeah.
Too tall, right? Midget.
Yep.
Right.
He flipped me.
A little person.
And then at Turner Hall is when I got hit in the head with some type of foreign object.
See, Matt.
Well, you're ready to go.
Yeah,
he's got the experience.
He's got blood stains on the actual venue in Turner Hall, so he's good to go. So talk about this event again, coming up Saturday, October 17th, Zelo Pro Wrestling. You've got some good names that are going to be appearing in wrestling that night.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's been a wild year, and without having to go far too into that, we're just so grateful to have the opportunity to come back and run live events, especially in a city like Milwaukee that we have grown to love and we have been to several times before and have always received great reception and have put on some really fantastic shows. So to partner with our friends at the Pabst Theater Group at Turner Hall and be able to put on a live event in front of real-life human beings and people is one of the highlights, certainly, of the second half of the year for us. So we're able to get in there and do things in a safe and healthy manner with social distancing and making sure that everybody is comfortable, both on the fan and talent side, and put together a quality show that Milwaukee really deserves to see. You alluded to it. We have some fantastic talent in former WWE superstar Aiden English, now known as the Drama King. Matt Raywalt will be competing for the first time since being in WWE, returning to Milwaukee. We have one of the best women's divisions in the entire country that will be on full display for the entire show. I mean, top to bottom, our card is stacked. So Milwaukee wrestling fans who have been craving that live event experience, we have the opportunity to give it right back to them. And as long as this continues to go well, this will be the very first of many events that we return to Milwaukee with.
Did I also read that you can live stream this event, including also
100%.
as well as...
So yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we returned to live events 2 months ago, starting in Chicago at a very limited capacity venue, and have utilized that to kind of build the foundation for returning in a safe and appropriate way. But if you're uncomfortable attending or if you're unable to attend, our event will be streamed on the Fight TV app, which is available on most streaming platforms and can be watched from the comfort of your own home.
Because this is not just a one-off event with this. This is you're doing a series, from what I understand, too, and that clearly have been doing them
yes,
earlier.
Exactly.
Too. Right.
Yeah. Yep. So we were kind of put out of commission when the country shut down back in the spring, and we've kind of been holding our own, waiting to see what would happen. So now that we've had some abilities and followed suit after studying kind of what the NFL has been doing and WWE and all elite wrestling, we found our own niche of being able to come back and return to events. So the plan is to let this be the start of a series of events, specifically in Milwaukee, as we move forward through the rest of 2020 into 2021.
Turner Hall is a great, great, great venue. I don't know if you've ever been there before. But
yeah, actually, our two previous shows we did in Milwaukee were at Turner Hall. So
it's
we are
great,
quite familiar, and We love it.
It's a great, great wrestling venue. A venue for anything live, but it's great.
Were you being in this business promoting wrestling, Matt, surprised or not surprised at all when COVID-19 kind of hit? The one thing that didn't miss a beat or kept going was WWE, man. They had Rob Gronkowski out there. I remember at home, nothing else to do but watch TV, is they had him out there. Then he unretired from, go back to the NFL. But they seem to have the protocols in place and to execute a show. So I'm sure that was very helpful to you guys to kind of, model it after what kind of safety measures they put in place.
It was a huge benefit because absolutely it was the one form of live entertainment that may have shut the fans out in terms of live attendance, but their programming never ceased. They continued running live events that went for WWE as being one of the biggest companies in the country to All Elite Wrestling on TNT television, that we were able to really study and model off of and know that wrestling fans are probably some of the most resilient fans of any sport or entertainment venture. And if and when we had the opportunity to come back, I know that they would be craving and willing and ready at the door to do so. And that's certainly what we're excited to see once again, and to be able to take that and bring it on a local level to our lovely fans in Milwaukee.
So what is your chair budget? And by that, I mean your folding chair budget, because I assume that people are just bashing each other over the head with that, right? That's a thing, isn't it? Isn't that what you guys do in wrestling?
Yeah, we certainly have to keep our fair share of extras stocked under the ring or in the back. But, luckily, as you mentioned, that Turner Hall is a fantastic wrestling venue. They're used to having our events and other similar events there, and they love wrestling as an organization as well. So we will be fully stocked to the brim on anything that you could possibly use in terms of foreign objects.
Matt, a couple of years ago, there was a statue unveiled in South Milwaukee. I'm not sure if you're aware of it or not, but a bronze statue of the Crusher holding a quarter barrel of beer on his shoulder.
Oh, yes.
Now, it was unveiled. They had a Crusher Fest thing there. They had some wrestlers show up. Baron von Raschke, just some of the old guys were there, and it was pretty neat. In the meantime, then some pesky teenagers vandalized that statue. Well, they raised the money back up to fix that thing up again, and right now it's standing proud in South Milwaukee. So what I'll do is when you get,
we may have to make a stop over there.
When you get to town, give me a call. I'm going to pick you up, and just to get in the mindset and the mood of Milwaukee's favorite son, the Crusher. Yes. We'll go and check out that statue, and then we'll put on a hell of a show that night, brother.
Absolutely. I would love nothing more, and it'll get us right where we need to be, and we'll be able to continue building on that rich history of professional wrestling in Milwaukee.
Okay, wait. Mitch said we will put on a hell of a show. So are you going to be wrestling at this event?
I'm going to be part of something. I don't know what I'm going to do, but
right.
I'm throwing my hat in the ring right now.
Understand, Matt, that it's not lip service. He really means it. He really will pick you up, and he really call you.
I fully believe him, and I'm fully anticipating coming up with something for him to do.
And he will take you to this Crusher statue, and then he will hang on to you all day until he gets in the events and show somehow. So I'm just warning you, it's not lip service, it's not shtick or anything.
It's happening.
It's for real. So
Absolutely.
Saturday, October 17th, Zelo Pro Wrestling returns to Turner Hall Ballroom. Matt, real quick, how can you get tickets if you're interested in going to the event?
Yeah, absolutely. You can visit ZeloPro.com. That's ZELO Pro.com. You can also visit the Pabst Theater Group website for tickets, as well as visit FightTV.com if you are interested in streaming the event live.
All right, looking forward to it. Matt Bacaling, promoter, Zelo Pro Wrestling in town in a couple of weeks. Thank you so much, Matt.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Can't wait to see you, brother.